In this video, we are going to illustrate the difference between strict args, that is variable length arguments, and strict kwargs, variable length keyword arguments. So here you can see I have created a function with given range and define a empty string and apply to the for loop. So it's showing the first parameter, that is Luke. Again, I have called this function with different parameters and I am going to concatenate all these values. But in the kwargs, I have defined with respect to dictionary format and it's going to concatenate all these values with begin report and end report. Let's have fresh start over here. So first I am going to define the function with the different name. So with this function I am going to pass my first argument, that is args, and I don't know the name of the arguments here. Then inside this function I am going to pass concatenate string in args together and initialize an empty string with pause. Let's say this is the string name and I'm going to define here with empty value. With this keyword I'm going to run the for loop with my arguments args, and inside this for loop I'm going to concatenate the empty string. Whatever the value will be there will be concatenate with the define string. So for this I am using plus equal to word. So after this I'm going to return to the outside this function gibberish. So I'm going to pass this function, this name, or this string actually, and then call this function here. So what's the function name here? That is gibberish, and inside the gibberish I'm going to pass giving some new variable, that is one word, because I am passing this one word, one string here. So let me run this code first. So you will have this keyword argument. So it will take few seconds if you are running first time. Meanwhile, let's have the second keywords, that will consist many keywords. So inside many keywords I'm going to use this, let's say hello, and any other variable, let's say this one, hello my, let me give some space here, with first args value, comma, the next parameter is value here. So in order to print this keyword one word, I'll have to wrap around one print function. So that is one word keyword, one underscore word. I'm going to print this value. You can see this string is going to pass here. Now the same function gibberish, I'm going to pass multiple strings. I'm going to run this code and going to print this function here, this variable here, that is many word. So you can see this is going to concatenate all these keywords. This is because arguments functions are passed with the multiple variable name. Now I'm going to create one strict kwargs functions. So inside this function I'll create different values, and for this I'm going to define one more function, that is report status. So inside this report status, I am going to pass one my arbitrary keywords kwargs, because I don't know what is the name of my arguments. So when we don't know the name of the arguments and how many arguments will pass, it will show the args or either kwargs, that is variable length keyword arguments. So to understand this idea, we are going to use kwargs in this exercise to a function that accepts a variable number of keyword arguments. It simulates a simple status report system that prints out on the status of different values. So first I am going to print the desired message. Let's say start report, and then I'm going to define one for loop. Inside this for loop, as I have saying that as I have said that this is the dictionary format, so I will be using value in kwargs dot all the items, whatever the items will be there inside the keyword format. So inside this for loop, I'll try to print as well as concatenate both the values with key, and then put some column values, and then plus value, and then I'm going to print end report. So with this message, I'll show the ending of my report. So here I am going to ending this report. So now I am going to call this function with report status, it's showing here, and inside this report status I am going to print name, let's say any name here, and then affiliation, what would be the affiliation of that person. I am going to print, let's say supervisor is the affiliation of that person. Then I am going to print status of that function, that is the, let's say missing, and that's it. You can see my report has been start report here, my name has been printed, affiliation and status also. So I can remove this value, so I can mark these symbol 1 2 3, and let's have this status because these are keys. All right, suppose I want to create one more dictionary here. I want to call this again, this function with kwargs. So I'm going to change that name. Let's say this time I'm having different name, this time I'm having another affiliation, let's say manager, and then I'm going to give status with kno known with, let's say age, I'm going to give the age along with this. Let's say he is having 35 years. Again I'm going to specify the address of the employee, so this is, let's say Delhi, and I'm going to run this code. So you can see now I am printing more dictionary items along with the name, affiliation, status, age, address. It's showing more keywords also. So this is the difference between KWS ARGS, keyword arguments, and arguments itself. Here you can see we can have more and more values. I can increase the values variable length of this keyword also. So suppose I am having this multi-word and I am going to increase that size again. Let's say happy, and adding one more code here. Let's say code. So I'm going to run this code and going to print this. So again you can see it's not fixed length but having multi-word and multiple lengths. So I'm going to print that multi-word, and you can see it can accommodate more and more keywords value here. But in keywords we can accept the dictionary format also, which is not acceptable here. But in kwargs we can accept as many as times we can have that value, and here I am showing the start report and the end report example.